Good morning, everybody. Steven from Break Free Homestead. Today we're going to be building out this lean-to off the side of our goat shelter. If you're looking to build something like this, make sure you watch this whole video. We got this pile of wood and we are going to start building the goat house for the boys. So right now Shamrock and Buddy, man, are in this 8x10 goat house we built here this spring. And what we're going to do today is we're going to build roughly 8x4 lean-to right off the side, just so they can have a nice little shelter. We can feed through the wall, which would be a lot nicer. And then this really, you know, a calf shelter is a temporary solution, not permanent. And I think we want something that we can close them in for the winter. So let's get this started. Milo, I know, you guys need a new feeder. Tell me about it. We're gonna make you one after we get this shelter built. Did anybody else notice Toby's spur fell off a couple days ago? It was in his feeder. So he's looking like an extra goof right now. We're gonna get this shelter moved out of the way so we can start marking out where we want to dig. Tobio. All right, so we just got our 2 holes dug without issue, which I was super surprised. Usually get a nice big rock right in there or a root or something. Super easy, only a few minutes. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put these posts in the ground, put a little bit of concrete around them. That way these can set while we start working on our framing for the side. All right, so I thought I had some concrete up in the shed. When I went to grab it, it was rock hard. I guess I got a little bit wet hanging out in the shed. So we just went to the store, picked up a new bag. Let's get these posts in. If you would, please consider dropping down below, hitting that like and subscribe button. We create new content every week as we grow our homestead. So from here, we're just gonna do the lowest point. It's gonna drop down a little bit lower here because we're gonna keep it level all the way across on the side. So I don't have a horizontal board at the height we wanna do it. So we're gonna go inside real fast, install a board on that side, and then we'll put one on the outside also, just to secure everything too. All right, I'm not the best with angles, so what I'm gonna do to make this easy is we're gonna hold up the angle you want. Basically like that. And then we're just gonna cut it there. All right, so we just got this front board secured in. Now what we're gonna do is just use our triangle and get the same angle as this board. We'll just rip that off using our circular saw real fast. These darn ghosts just keep knocking my camera down over and over again. This time, this one. Not even the buck. Bub. Why are you knocking my camera over? All right, let's see if we can get this cross beam up, level it out, and then we'll chop the top of that off. All right, so we got this nice top frame up, pretty sturdy. What we're gonna do is go ahead and add the bottom and middle cross members. All right, so I know I didn't show you guys that, but I just added this front cap here. That way we have something to support this board, just not in one 2x4. It's gonna be a lot easier. So that'll be one piece all the way down. And then the door will be square instead of an angled door. You don't have to mess with it. It's a lot easier. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw our slats down for our roof, and those are just gonna go all the way across, just about 8 feet, 2x4s. That way, when the corrugated roofing comes down this way, it rests on it and keeps it rigid. They are pretty sturdy, so you could probably get away with one. Board's gonna do two, just for the heck of it. Let's get it done. All right, this roof will be all set to get that roof on there. When we get that roof, I didn't buy it. When we grabbed all the supplies, our cart was pretty full. We had to get going. So that is most of the way done. I think it's time, well, this is open, that I'm just gonna add their bench or their bed back here. We're really gonna use just scrap wood for this. Should be relatively easy. Bam! So this is 1 inch rough cut, 1x8. So we just split it in half on a few of them. This is all just scrap stuff that was laying down from the shed lean-to project. It gets them off the ground. It should be pretty nice. If we need to put another goat in here, we definitely have room. This is 4 feet by 3.5 feet, so it should be a pretty good size. What we really need to do is start on the siding. All right, with this side nice and done, it is time to get this back straightened out. All right, guys, it is a new day. We just went and picked up our corrugated roofing. So we are gonna get started on throwing the roof on. We're gonna make the door, and then we gotta start the batten for the rest of the shed. So our 8-foot span for our lean-to is gonna take 5 4-foot pieces of this corrugated metal. So what I did, I just got a 12-footer and then an 8-footer. I'm gonna chop this up into 3, not into 2. Simple math. Let's get this done. I don't have a long enough power cord to get all the way down here. I could work up there, but later we want to nail some stuff in using the compressor. So I just brought the generator down here just to make it easy. Let's get it going. A super simple way to mark this is you just mark your 2 edges and then put an extra piece up and then trace it all the way along, since this is going to be the ridges, and it's going to be a pain in the butt with like a yardstick or a measuring. the corrugated roofing pieces are ready to go on here. I really don't feel like climbing up here to figure out the cuts for these batten strips. So I went ahead and cut those right now. Man, the freaking goats are chewing on my camera. So I cut those right now. I'm gonna put those up before we put this, put the roofing on, and we're just gonna count about a ½ inch for each on the bottom. I just measured up there. We have a 30-degree angle at the top, and then it's a 25, starts at 25.5, and it drops down to every batten. So we're gonna go ahead and measure. All right, so this will be enough batten for the whole side above the new boys area. This will be good to do this, so we're not climbing up there after the roof's on. It'll save us a bunch of time. Let's get this up. We're quickly gonna tack this up with an air gun, and then we'll just put 2 screws, one on top, one on bottom. So we just got all the batten done on this thing. So now we're gonna put the corrugated roofing on, see how quick we can get this done. All right, you guys, a new day. We are back at it. We're gonna go ahead and see if we can just finish up this batten real fast. Man, that gap is ridiculous. These things dried out like crazy. We'll get that done, and then we will come over here and get these guys a door. It looks good right now, but we should have a door in there. And then we're gonna get some hay feeder, and we're gonna do some crazy stuff inside so we can feed them and give them more hay where we have the supplies in here. So since we just got all this batten done, it is time to get these guys a door on here. We're just gonna make a door out of 2x4s, and then we'll throw up some board on the side. Try to match it up as best as possible since our other one didn't really match. We'll try to make this one match. All right, guys, so for the purposes of this door, we're gonna have it swing in. That way it's not sitting out open in the snow, in the rain when they're out. It's gonna take away from some room inside here, but I think it'll be better in the long run. We're just gonna mount this up, and then we'll do the board and batten to match. Hey, Bear.
Hi.
You look like you're doing good.
Yes.
All right, guys, I got ahead of myself a little bit, and I didn't really record putting the boards on and the batten on and the lock mechanism, but super simple. This is just the latch, and then the other side's on the door, and then it hits and it'll lock. You just drill a hole through, have a wire out here, handle, and then it swings. And I usually just have, I mean, you could buy another latch and secure it there. I just put a little wire around it. That way it doesn't close on them in the middle of the day. You don't have to keep coming back out here and opening it up, but I am pretty happy with it. If you would, please consider dropping down below, hitting that like and subscribe button. We create new content every week as we grow our homestead.